Yeah, yeah. We just chillin' and vibing. Good conversations with good people. Oh, good conversations with good people. Yeah, yeah.
Peace and love, everybody. Today we vibing with someone whose voice got soul, passion, and purpose. She been making waves since American Idol, but her story runs way deeper than the stage. A true creator. Lock in and talk life, music, and everything in between. Y'all make some noise for Serrin Joy. Mm, mm, mm.
For having me. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
How you doing today, beloved?
I'm doing great. I am in my last 2 weeks of my college degree. So today I had class, and I've also been working outside of school, and I'm doing this, and I'm really, really, excited to be here. I'm glad that y'all called me in. I literally sit here and have conversations with myself all day, so I just be waiting for somebody to ask me some questions.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of questions for you.
Look,
But one
I'm
question real quick. One question real quick.
yeah.
What you studying?
I'm studying musical theater, actually. Yep.
Duh. Now, why did I ask that question?
Yeah.
What you trying? I mean, I would ask you what you trying to do with that, but I think we all know what you're doing with that degree.
I mean, honestly, school, like college, has always been housing for me. Like, I've always played it smart. Like, this college, so right now, my college is called the American Musical Dramatic Academy. They have locations here in LA and in New York City. And so I went to college 12 days after I graduated high school when I was 17. And so I've always just been like basically Hannah Montana. Like, I'm in school during the day, and every single night I'm performing somewhere else. I'm working my way around. So it just so happened. Um, I've been at this college now for since 2019. I've taken 4 breaks to work in the real world, and
Mhm.
so it so happened at this time that I came back to LA. It was my last semester, and now I'm graduating. So, yeah.
Right
Congrats,
there,
congrats.
you trying to get the best of both worlds, huh?
You know, you get the
Come on now.
best.
Yeah, I know
You
Hannah Montana. See, Larry don't know about no Hannah Montana now. He
gotta
wasn't there.
put you on. You gotta put you on.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Serrin, you say you in LA right now. Where you originally from?
I'm originally from Akron, Ohio, West Side to be exact. Grew up there, born and raised, and yeah, that's where I'm originally from.
Okay, 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 okay.
She from
I
Ohio, man. She a
Yeah, I'm
LeBron
from
yeah.
fan.
Akron, where LeBron is from. I was telling Larry before we started. A lot of people don't know Steph Curry is from Akron too. He was raised, I think, in North Carolina, but he's from Akron too. So we got some heavy hits.
Oh, she dropped some gems. She dropped some gems. I swear I
Look,
ain't know that though.
look, the more you know, the more you know. But yeah, that's where I'm from. And then I used to spend my summers in Atlanta growing up. So I got family down there too. Um, so I kind of say I grew up in both places, but mainly I was in Akron. That's where I was born and raised.
So, when did your music journey started?
So I come from a musical family. My dad is in the gospel industry. My mom is a classical pianist. I'm the oldest of five. They raised me and all my siblings up in a musical household. We all grew up in church. I played keys for a church for 6 years. Been playing classical piano since I was 2 years old. I play a little bit of bass guitar, drums, cello, clarinet. Always sang since I could. My mom said I had to scream when I was a baby. She said she calls it the scream of death, is what she said. But yeah, I mean, I feel like growing up in a house full of artists, it's not always the most functional, to say the least. Um, I didn't always have it mentally the easiest. There was a lot that I was balancing when I was growing up. But I started writing songs when I was about 7 years old, was when I wrote my first song. I was 7. It was called Sing With Me. I still remember how it goes and everything. And I started, what happened? When I was 9 years old, one of my relatives, my aunt, she passed away, God rest her soul. And my mom took my two youngest sisters down to Atlanta, where our grandmother was, because we own a private school. So they were down there, my mom and my two sisters, and me, my dad, my brother, and my other sister. We were in Ohio. And I basically co raised my siblings when I was 9 years old. And when I was 13, we had this home studio in my house that my dad built from the ground up. It was really awesome. And I used to basically drown myself in the studio. I would come home from school every day, be on GarageBand, making demos, making whatever I could all day after school till like 2:30 in the morning. Um, and I never knew, like, I always knew it's what I wanted to do, and I knew that those songs nobody was ever gonna hear, but I knew that I was working and doing something that I love to do, and music and writing music kind of stuck with me. So yeah, I've gone to art school since I was 8 years old. Elementary, middle school, high school, college, all been a school you got to audition to get in. I would call myself very musically inclined. I study the grades. I watch interviews. I do all the work. Yeah.
Since you study the greats,
Yes.
give me your top five artists of all time right now.
Five easy. My favorite all time is Stevie Wonder. Stevie
Come,
Wonder.
come on now. Come
You got
on
to get it
now.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overjoyed.
Hey.
Okay.
Yes. Stevie Wonder is my all time favorite. Every song he writes sounds entirely different. His ear is crazy. I would say next up, she's newer, but I really love Victoria Monet. I love her pen. I love her penmanship. I love she's very tasteful. I mean, of course, I have to say Michael Jackson, but not because of the music, because of his work ethic. I love the way Michael Jackson worked. And I love how many takes he would do. I love that he was intentional with everything. Another incredibly intentional artist, Beyonce, very intentional. I just recently went and saw her Cowboy Carter tour. She killed that, every single part of the visuals, the songs, everything. Lastly, it's a tie. It's a tie between Prince, because every single song that he did, he wrote and he played all the instruments live. He's the writer for every song. Or Whitney Houston, because she's the greatest vocalist of all time. So
Yeah.
I would say 5.
Respect, respect. I like those. I like those. But
Yeah.
like you said, Stevie Wonder do have really good ears, but he can't. You feel me? Listen,
Look, cause
hey,
sometimes we
if
know the
you
truth.
go, if you go write for somebody and you blind, come on. So you tell me that ain't no, that's a legacy. That's not a genius.
Yeah.
Man, I
Stevie Wonder
wish I had
is
them
that
ears,
guy.
man. Like you
Stevie Wonder
understand,
is
like
really
if you
that.
can write for Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, everybody from Motown,
Yeah.
and you
Y'all
started at
y'all been
11
to the
years old, no, no, we ain't been
it's
there,
in
but we
Detroit.
going.
Yeah, it's in Detroit. You should go. They still have where they used to record all like the actual Motown studio is still there.
Oh
Like
wow.
it, yeah, it's still up. You can go. Very inspiring. Real dope.
We gotta go there, Larry.
Yeah, we gotta go chill and vibe in Detroit, man. We gonna be chilling and vibing all over the world soon.
At this
Look,
point, we might as well.
I can already tell.
So, Serrin, you say you grew up playing a lot of instruments.
Yeah.
What's your favorite and why?
Piano, piano. The piano is my favorite instrument because I feel like if you know how to play the piano, that's really the cheat code to being a songwriter, being an artist. I get my ear from my dad, and so it's like when you know the theory and you know the chords, you can hear any beat and attack any beat. Like a lot of people don't know this, but the piano is a percussion instrument. So you learn so many things, not only melodies, but you learn about rhythms, you learn about counts. Music is math at the end of the day. It all strengthens
Mhm.
the game. Yeah, I say piano is my favorite, but I do love to listen to the bass guitar. It's something about that. Hey,
That
yeah, I don't
bass,
know.
hey,
Yeah.
look, that bass keeps you pushing now. Come on now. If you ain't never heard Tool in the Game, Summer Madness,
You know,
Lord have mercy. Come on, man. You can't tell me that bass ain't hitting.
it's something about the bass. It's just that's probably like my second favorite.
You know, Raphael Sadiq, I
Wait,
don't know, you listen from
so
Tony.
you gotta sing it.
He
It
put you on the
depends on, no,
spot.
no, no. No, she put me on the spot, but no, he produced D'Angelo Lady. Yeah, that bass, that Raphael Sadiq. I'm trying to tell you now.
Oh,
Hey, listen, I know music too now.
okay. What?
Respect. But you call yourself, well, you call your sound a trap soul and floetry. Can you break that down for us? Like what makes your vibe unique?
Honestly, like I feel like my sound has been shifting. I've always resonated with trap soul because I write how I talk. Any of my lyrics, you can say them as a sentence. I don't like to be too lyrical, spiritual, not authentic. I think I recently have been in the more alternative bag. Um, but I think people can sometimes resonate me with Floetry because my soul, but I'm almost like singing, rapping, so it's like I'm singing rhythmically. But honestly, what makes me different is like nobody can live my life but me, so nobody's gonna write the same stories I'm gonna. You know what I mean? Um, I also feel like I am very diverse when it comes to writing. I can write in genres as far as performing as well. My crowd control, I am very prideful about. Um, I know a lot of people can sing, but not a lot of people know how to control a crowd. So, it's certain things I think also just me coming from a competition family. My mom ran for Miss America twice, and I competitions as well. I used to do competitions around Atlanta. It was how I would make my money at times. And so I always pay attention to what the artist before me or whoever isn't doing. And I feel like a lot of artists, we can get in our worlds and, get locked into ourselves and not really take time to watch other people appreciate what they do. And I'm watching, but I'm also watching what people are not doing. And yeah.
So,
Respect.
so Serrin, I got to take you back.
Yeah.
How was that first performance experience?
My first performance experience ever.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't remember. My first performance. So my dad is there's this thing called the Gospel Music Workshop of America. It's a major gospel convention, I guess you could say. All of the greats come, like the Clark sisters, Fred Hammond, all of them. My dad's over the men's division of that workshop. And so ever since I could walk, I've been performing on stages of thousands of people. I don't remember my performance. I do have early footage of myself where when I would see a camera show up, I would stop singing and I would immediately look at the camera and wave at the camera. I know that I've always loved the spotlight. I think the first performance I remember was like me being at like primary school or like early elementary. I might have been in first grade. It was like you know how in elementary school and primary schools they'll have a show where all the family can come and to the year and You do that whole thing. I always really loved the Cheetah Girls and really loved Disney Channel. So I used to mock them and mimic them. Like, look, you think I'm playing? I don't play. I don't play. I keep the cheetah hat on deck. I got two of them. So I
I'm
always
resting
really loved,
myself.
and when I was on stage, I remember being that young, like mimicking them. I've never been nervous to be on stage. Well, I take that back. There have been times where I've been nervous, but I never let it show that I'm nervous when I'm on stage.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
What? Cheetah Girl 1 or Cheetah Girl 2?
Two, easy. No
Oh
hesitation.
no, man, nah. It can't be the one, man. It can't.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Number one is iconic for the simple fact the looks, the era, very quotable. Um,
Oh yeah, 100%.
Number two had the hits. Number two had the smashes. Number two had the plots. Number two had the location. We were in Barcelona.
Facts,
It's
facts,
over.
facts.
Strut. Bye.
Larry, pay attention. You gotta watch these movies, man. These are icon movies. You had to been
Hey,
there.
yeah, I wasn't there.
But
It's
Larry was too busy on BET Uncut. We were still kids.
okay. Watching Uncut.
Yeah, he was watching Uncut while we watching Disney Channel. But oh, what's your studio vibe like, man? Like you got candles, chaos, freestyle, focus, script.
Honestly,
What's up?
me at the studio, I'm a really big colors person. I don't know if y'all can see back there. I got like colors on my wall. I've always kept colors. I set a vibe. It depends on like what kind of style of song I'm doing. But when I come into the studio, first off, before everything I do, I have to pray over myself. I have to pray, against all negative energy. Pray that there's no doubt, negativity in my body. And pray that everybody that sees me, hears me, is impacted and is filled with a positive energy. So I do that, and I thank God for my gift every time before I use it. When I come into the space, I'm a very fun person. I love to laugh. I love to make characters. I never like to be too serious. Life is too short to be too serious, I feel like. A lot of the songs come from freestyling. I look at music as therapy. It's a place where if I want to let something out, I can let it out, and I might, have a drink before,
Mm-hmm.
get a little wavy,
Mm-hmm. You feel me?
But depending on the vibe of the song, that will depend on what color I set in the room, and then I also like to have a visual up on the board, up on the TV. So it's like if I'm making a baddie song, I might put Beyonce on because I want to feel like a baddie, and I'll turn the color. Or if I'm doing a cozy, type song, I might put a fireplace on the screen and make the colors orange in the room. If I'm
Mm.
making it wavy, I might make the colors blue and put a spaceman floating in the ocean on the screen. Like I'm really like I have to. It's like a spaceship, almost like I place myself where I want to be, and it's a beautiful thing too because I already spoke over the space before I got here. So it's like I love working with people who also love working with people. I can't work with nobody that like feeling like they know it all and what they say goes, and it's like, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like everybody that I've worked with can hold their own, and it's like if we all wanted to work alone, we would have just worked alone. I would prefer, you know what I mean? I would prefer everybody who's in my room like working with other people so that we can all collaborate at a great time. But when it comes to my songs, I don't have too many writers in the room. Majority of the time, it's myself writing the whole song, or there have been times where I've collaborated with really super fire writers. But I
Mm.
don't like hands in the pot. I don't like too many hands in the pot.
Too much dirty ass hand, girl.
it's really, yeah. I don't like too many hands in the pot, but I know how to curate the vibe. You know, yeah. My studios are vibe.
Speaking of writing, what made you write that song "Break My Heart"?
So, "Break My Heart" is actually a song that I wrote about my sister. Actually, yeah, I wrote it about the last I had when I was in Akron. She and I have been kind of butting heads now for a little over a year, almost 2 years. But it was very hurtful because it's one of those things where it's like when two people have been hurt times by the other person, it there becomes that disconnect of like both people can be saying the same thing in different fonts, and then you both feel misunderstood. And it's like whole time you don't want to cut that relationship off, but you also want to be heard and understood. And I felt like she was, and it was a really ugly conversation, the last one we had, and it hurt me so bad that I wrote a song about it. And I made the lyrics specific to our conversation, but also interchangeable so that you can interpret that from a relationship standpoint. You can interpret that from a family standpoint. You interpret however, but yeah, I wrote that song about me and my sister.
Respect, respect. 'Cause I try to tell Larry, ain't no nigga broke her heart, man. It's something different, man.
What?
It was something different. You feel me?
Definitely.
But let's talk about let's talk about the American Idol. Like, what's your biggest lesson from American Idol, both as an artist and as a female?
As an artist and as a woman, that's a great question. My biggest lesson I learned from American Idol, I learned a lot of things from that show, man. One, I learned the importance of being on the show and how great it was to have gotten on the show. I actually broke a record for my city. I became the first person, man or woman, to be on American Idol from Akron ever.
Mhm.
Got inducted in my city's historic vault when I was 18, which is really cool. So that was something I learned. I also learned the I learned how reality TV works. I learned how it works. I learned that it is very much a business. It is a tool when you come to any show like this, whether it's Idol, whether it's The Voice. You go on these shows, and what you do when you get there is network and meet other people, meet as many people as you can. Um, Fun fact. So there was this one artist who I don't know if you guys have heard of him. His name's Benson Boone. He's
Sounds
like
familiar.
he's a major pop star now. Major pop star. Just performed at the Grammys, like did a backflip on stage at the Grammys. He and I actually did American Idol the same, but it's like, yeah, it's like if you aren't, and he's like a leading artist, like he's doing great. It's like
Right.
you gotta when you get into spaces like these, the focus is not to win. I mean, of course, if you want to win, then that's what you do. Legally, there are some things that I can't talk about. Um, but if you're smart, you won't.
Yeah.
Um, if you're smart, you'll come into this space and you'll learn how to, meet other people and network. I think I learned how to hold my own. It was a very new experience for me. At the time, I'm 23 now. I've grown a lot since then, a lot. And I think what is the biggest thing I learned as a woman? I think I learned how to congratulate and even more for other women. When you go there, you see a lot of the same type. It's very much there's this show called Dance Moms. The head lady on the show, her name's Abby Lee. She used to say everyone's replaceable. And I learned when I went there. No woman is the exact copy paste same, but I did see and I did experience, oh, we could be casted for the same role if we went up for the same part.
Right.
So when you see other women that could also be casted in the same role as you have to know how to not be insecure,
Hmm.
and not put down other women and see them for who they are and appreciate the fact that you met them because you don't know who anybody could grow to be. So I learned a lot of different things when I was there, and I'm forever grateful for the experience. And the people that I locked in with are still doing amazing things. It was really cool.
That's dope.
Respect.
That's dope. So like,
Thank you.
how was it when you got that first confirmation that you was gonna be on there?
So during the pandemic is when I got hit up. So I actually got reached out to by 3 different shows. I got hit up by The Voice, American Band.
Mm.
Um, I ended up submitting auditions for all 3 shows. Um, ended up getting called back for some rounds for the shows, but the one that I ended up getting was American Idol. How did I get on that? I met with a casting agent. Um, she had me sing over a Zoom for a row of producers. Well, one producer, me, and then he said he liked me, and then I got called back to audition for all of the producers, and they all said that they liked me. And 3 weeks, no, I got hit up after that I was going to it, and then 3 weeks later I was in San Diego, and my mom, who I said she ran for Miss America, she had me in this American Idol boot camp, so she called
Right.
it. Had me waking up every morning at 6 a.m., going to the gym, reading up on New York Times. I rehearsed 3 times a day, one voice, one piano, and one both. At the end of the day, I did mock interviews every single day. And yeah, I mean, I was excited. I was super excited. It didn't feel real. I was like, I'm gonna go. Like, and what's crazy is like they put me in the promo in the ad for the episode, not the episode, excuse me, for the season. And they also had a lot of articles that were made about me, but they didn't air my audition. Um, which at first I was very hurt. I was very hurt because my entire city was watching, and I got 3 yeses and went to Hollywood and everything. Um, but the fact that it still was able to make an impact on the people that are from my city, and that's all I ever work towards and work for, is to make an impact for girls that grew up in my hometown and men that grew up in my hometown, because we don't it's not a lot of opportunities like that back home. um so yeah, I mean, like, overall I had a great experience. I met really cool people, and I learned how to hold my own. Like, I performed at the Dolby Theater. That's where they have the Oscars. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it was really great. And I got to meet Katy Perry. I got to meet Lionel Richie. I got to meet Luke Bryan, and it was awesome to get to do.
Respect. Respect. The way you flip that pain into purpose, that strength was real. I like.
Thank you, because that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. I feel like everything we experience in life is a lesson, and it's like you can either take that lesson and keep that for you, or you can be aware that you have a presence and be aware that when you do things, other people are impacted by it, and you can show other people and put other people on. So I still, when I go home, like, because the thing is, American Idol was never like the end goal for me. That was really just where it started. Like, I'm out here. I just signed Champagne Therapy Music Group. Shout out to them. Major Pop House. Um, as a writer, I'm out here doing shows in LA. I'm working my way around. Like, I'm doing excellent. Like, American Idol was just a starting point for me.
Right, 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 right. I like that. I like that. Boss lady, oh hustle. I like that, man. Keep
You
doing what you're
know,
doing.
we get
You
to
feel,
it.
you feel me?
What's up?
How do you protect your energy in such a loud, fast-paced industry?
Whew. You have no idea I'm doing it right now. Um, how do I protect my energy? I don't really care for the rah. Like I'm one of those people like I I vibe responsibly. I know how to turn up in the comforts of my people and the comforts of whom I trust. I don't really do too much of talking smack. I do, though, share my experience. There's a difference, right?
Hmm.
So when I see that there are a group of people that all day and talk smack and get into rah rah and get into mess and get into stuff that isn't taking anybody anywhere and doesn't benefit anybody, I remove myself from the situation. I'm in this industry. You learn quick, and I'm not gonna lie. Like this last year, humbled me. This last year, humbled me. I was living at the studio for like 6 to 7 months. No money, no car. Wasn't even signed. Making 5 songs a day, doing 3 to 4 sessions a day. Um, as a woman, as a young woman, you learn how to stay out of trouble,
Especially
Yeah.
in California.
especially in California. You learn how to stay out the mess. It's really just like understanding, is everybody your friend? But there is a way to communicate to everyone and keep people close enough to where it doesn't too much affect your energy. I journal. Here's one of my journals. The me journal. I journal. I meditate. I pray. I read. I study. I love comedians. I love to laugh. I love watching stand up. I could watch stand up. So when I'm not doing music, I do things that fill up my mind, get ease, and yeah, I don't. I mean, of course, honestly, watching drama is very entertaining. Watching it is entertaining. When I'm not entertaining, um, but I don't really care to be in that stuff, so I just stay out the way if I don't have to be over there.
That's real. That's real.
Yeah,
Ask you, what truly makes you happy?
laughing. What really makes me happy is laughing. Um, I love being around no drama friends that just are fun and funny. I love when me and my family are sitting around watching movies and laughing with one another. Um I love, what else makes me happy? Bright colors make me happy. Puppies make me happy. Um I yeah, I think anything that can give me a nostalgic feeling like I am a kid and have no worries, that's gonna
Hmm.
make me happy. Anything that can take my mind off of the reality that I'm an adult and now I have to pay for things, that's gonna make me happy.
You love when the rent due. That's what you're trying to say.
I don't. Let me get my so this how crazy life will do a 180. Last year living at the stew, no money, no car, just hustling. Fast forward, about to get my degree. Me and my friends just bought a house. Just got a house out in the valley. Nice crib, 5 bedroom, big backyard. Um, but had to pay 6 months rent up front.
Damn. Y'all got it. Big baller.
Look,
Big
do I
baller.
spend it is the question. Oh
But you
no.
had to. But you had to.
But did I want to? No. No.
I don't blame you.
I'm still a Midwestern girl. I'd rather not spend the money. Even though if you ask any of my friends, they'll probably say I do like, I actually don't. I just like nice things. But I don't like,
That's what every female be saying. You gotta be around. You gotta be around a man that's cheap as hell. Like, no, we good. We ain't, no, we got the money, but we ain't. No, do you need that or do you want that? That's your problem. You don't need it.
And I want it now. That's the
Let's get
thing.
about 6 more months, and then we'll think about getting that.
Oh, you're one of those. You tell the girl no. You're like, you
No,
better
it's
get
not.
you
No, it's
that.
not a no. It's not a no. I'm gonna ask you why. Like, why you need it? Like, make me believe like you really want this. Cause I'm gonna pay for it anyways. Yeah, we're gonna get it for you for your birthday. Your birthday coming up.
Yeah.
Let's do that. You ain't. Nah, this ain't no special holiday. Oh, you gonna get it for sure, but not right now. Let me go. Let me go to work, and then 6 months we'll make sure you got it.
Ladies, Mr. GVO says no.
No, I didn't say no. Don't do that. don't don't put them nose in me now. Mr. GVO said not right now. How about that?
Answer. I
Yes,
love
ma'am. So, if your soul had a theme song right now, what would it be?
if my soul had a theme song. If my soul had a theme, what would it be? First off, what is my soul saying? My soul is I'm just at a really grateful time in my life. I just got a house. I'm about to finish school. All of my family is healthy. Like, I really feel great about life right now, honestly. It'd probably be I don't know. I know Lizzo has a song called I Feel Good, but I
Well,
actually
it's a song called "I Feel Good."
I Feel Good by James Brown.
I
I
knew
feel
it.
good. I knew that I would.
Yeah,
Hey, go Larry.
yeah.
Yeah,
You done draw some gems right there. Respect. I like that. She like
yeah.
Larry. What's yours?
Right
Yeah, what's your
now, man, blessed, man, blessed, blessed, and that's how I'm feeling right now.
Salute, salute.
because it's just like
Well,
over here in LA too, like I see so like the homeless rate over here is so crazy. It's crazy. And it's like I watch a lot of interviews. There's a page called Soft White Underbelly. They do a lot of interviews of people who live on Skid Row. And a lot of people that are homeless, they enjoy being in their tents and they enjoy being in their peace and they enjoy where they are. There are also a lot of people who don't enjoy. And when I hear the people that don't enjoy, it makes me even more grateful because I feel like we can take life for granted sometimes. We have everything that we need, but because we didn't get that one thing we wanted, and now we hate our lives and all this stuff. It's like I feel like if people focus more on the, and I just posted a video about this on my Instagram too, like 2 days ago. If people focus more on like the good things that they have going on in their life, I feel like um a lot more people would be grateful. A lot more grateful.
I agree. 100%. You just gotta believe in God, man. If there's a will, there's a way. He gonna do it. You feel me?
Every
amen.
time. It's like every time. It's like when you have gifts especially and you're aware of where they come from, like that makes you so much more powerful. It's why every time before I have a session, I pray because I'm every even before this, every time before I do anything, I pray because it's like I know that the conversation, if you're dealing with me, the conversation always gonna get to God somehow. That's always like my thing at the end of the day. That's just what I'm here to do. Honestly, I know that.
Well, we country boys, so we always got God on our side. We were
You
born and
told me
raised
y'all
with
from
it.
South Carolina.
Yeah, I'm from Charleston, though, North Charleston at that. So
Yeah, y'all from Khaki Lackey. I know about y'all. I know.
yeah, yeah. Come see about it.
So I gotta ask, I was dealing with the forest fires when that was going
Mm.
on over there. That was wild. We ain't used to that over here.
Man, let me tell you. So, what's crazy is the day before the fire started going on, it was wild winds. It was crazy winds. Stuff was getting knocked over. And what I think happened, what I feel like happened, was I don't know if like a tree got knocked over in the mountain. I don't know. But the winds were crazy. Like people were actually moving. That's how strong they were. When it happened, I was in Northridge in the valley. Um, I don't know anybody personally that their houses or homes were burned down, but I do know people who had to evacuate. And I do know people um, that know people whose homes were burned down and belongings were all gone. Honestly, it was scary. The fires were about 40 minutes from where I was, but you could see the fire and you could see the smoke in the sky from 40 minutes away. And it was crazy. Like there were some people that were walking outside with masks on, and it was scary because it's like I was just really hoping that the fire would not get anywhere near me,
Right.
because at this time I was living at the stew and all of my things were there. And I was just like, I didn't even have it to buy all new stuff. Like
Right.
I was just like, and it was scary too. I never wanted it to rain so bad because I knew that was the only thing that was gonna put them fires out was the rain. It was so scary. I feel, and my heart goes out to everybody who lost something in the fires. In the moment, it was so traumatic. I mean, me and my friends, we tried to make light of it with one another. We literally, what was crazy too, I forgot about this. They started doing arson. People started like joining in on the fire, which was crazy. Yeah, I remember there was we were over one of my friend's house making a song called City on Fire. Well, the city was on fire. We made a song called City on Fire. And somebody had literally started, they committed arson like 8 minutes from where we were at while we were making that song. And it was crazy. I'm like, why are y'all trying to join in on the fire? See, that stuff like that make me mad. Stuff like that, that type of stuff make me mad. Like those are the people I
Right.
talk mess about. Those people. Why do you do that?
Ain't nothing but white folks.
You said it, not me.
I'm gonna keep it real over here.
Look, y'all from the country. I know y'all keep it real.
You get real.
Yeah, that's
Look,
crazy.
I'm a Midwestern girl. I know how it goes. But yeah, fires were crazy.
Yeah. Respect, respect. But what's something your fans don't know about you, but would love if they know?
What is something fans don't know about me? I speak a little Spanish. Yo hablo poquito español. Estoy aprendiendo todos los días. I study every day, is what I said. Hey,
Man,
I
I
never go
love it.
back to
I love it.
Georgia. Hey, I never go back. Hey, I never go back. I speak Spanish a little bit. I play ping pong. I was an athlete at a point in time. I played volleyball. I played volleyball for 6 years. I know how to throw a football. I know how to spiral it. My dad taught me. I
Aspire, it's crazy.
spiral it.
He says, Larry says fire.
I did
She
a
didn't
little
say,
Disney
nah, I know
fairy.
aspire. She said, I know
I did a
aspire.
little Disney fairy. I know how to throw a football. I cannot swim. I can't swim. I took swimming lessons every year from age 7 to 15 and never understood it. I can float on my back. I can swim underwater. I cannot swim. What else? I love comedians. I love comedy. Def Comedy Jam, Saturday Night Live. I could watch all day religiously with no hesitation. Um, I feel like, what else? I speak
Who's your
Spanish.
favorite comedian?
Of all time, Dave Chappelle. Right
Okay.
now, there's this guy named Comedian CP. Have y'all ever heard of Comedian CP?
Not me.
He's he
No.
he's like one of the newer guys. He's like my
You
favorite,
talking
right?
about CP?
Yeah.
He got a gap in the mouth? I didn't talk about. You ever watch roast?
Wait. I've is that where like a person goes up and then everybody like gets in line and roasts them? Is that on all Def
It's
Digital
it.
or is that on?
No, it was on. Yes, you're right.
It was on all Def Digital.
Yeah, they was in the. They was in the class. They was in the classroom.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Come on now, you know a little something.
Because I love comedy. Like I actually I feel like if I wasn't doing music, I would have been doing that because I study like I love watching comedians documentaries. I love watching full length stand ups and because the one thing that you can learn about a person who's funny, anybody who's funny, they came from a traumatic experience. One, and humor is a sign of intelligence. So if you're funny, chances are you're really, really smart. Um, you know, Cat Williams, Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy, Jim Carrey. Um,
But now you talking a little. No, I didn't mean to cut you off, but no disrespect. How old are you?
I'm 23.
You got an old soul. That's what you got.
Everybody tells me that.
Oh,
I co-raised my siblings since I was 9 years old.
yeah.
I grew up with she's not my blood, but she basically is my older sister. Shout out to her, Dominique. She co-raised me as well. And she showed me Good Times, The Jeffersons, 227 when I was like a little kid.
Yeah, we got ourselves another old soul. I like
Yeah.
it. I like it.
Yeah, you know.
Ta-ta.
So I've always paid attention, and I'm also a sponge and a student to the world, and I love learning and reading and gaining just wisdom because I know I don't know everything. I know I don't know everything. So when I learn something new, it's exciting, you know.
Respect, respect. I thought with your vibe. Your vibe is just
Thank you. Thank
what them
you.
girls be doing. Just
Clap. Yeah. You know.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I want to say congrats. Congrats on the new home.
Thank you. Thank you so much, man. I but one thing like my friends and I we're musicians in our 20s and we all are so grateful because we got this house off of money that we made from doing music.
Mhm.
And it's like, that's not something that everybody can say or do. And so, like, we just thank God for the gifts and grateful that, I get to stay out here in LA because there's so many people I'm seeing at this college I'm at right now. They're like, I gotta go home. And I'm like, man, very, very grateful. Very grateful.
Yeah. Y'all make sure y'all stack your bread up and build y'all 20s.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Just
For
remember
sure.
that. Just build y'all 20s, man. Because once you're in your 30s, y'all ain't got to worry about nothing else.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm trying to retire. I'm trying to really retire by like 40 something. I'm trying to retire. I'm trying to be up.
I'm going to
Facts.
get myself 46. So I'm 26. So I'm going to give me another 20 years.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Yeah.
be retired. I'm trying to vacation and live life and I do want to have a family one day. No time soon. I got work to do.
Don't rush. Don't rush. Take your time.
Trust me, in no rush.
Take your time,
Babies
big
have to
dog.
eat every day. I don't.
Take your time, big dog.
I don't. Look,
'Cause I got me a Debo. He can eat a lot. Take your time.
babies eat every day. Babies spit up.
Mm.
The feet grow quick. They gotta get new clothes.
Yeah.
I don't
Trust me, I
need new
know.
clothes. I don't need to eat every day.
he knows.
Look, y'all got it. You do know, Larry. You told me.
Yeah.
All
That little
props to
girl.
you. All props to you. That's beautiful.
She keep coming in
That's
here.
beautiful.
She showed me her
I
report
got
card.
Debo. We good. I got a boy.
Um,
Shout out to my daughter.
how old is she?
He about to be 9 next month, and she got all
21,
A's.
man.
She brought her report card. She said, "Daddy, look at it." I told
Come
her I'm on the podcast,
on.
so she got all A's all year, man. Congrats, baby girl.
Are you gonna do something nice for her? You gonna give her some ice cream or something?
I know she thinks she's smart though,
That girl's
cause
spoiled.
my
I love
daddy,
that. I
my
love
daddy,
that.
every time she get her report card and she got all A's, he give her $100. So last time
Oh,
she got her
$100? I
report
know that's
card.
right.
She like, Daddy, when we going to see Granddaddy again?
Mm. I love that because I'm a daddy's girl all day. I love shout out to all the dads who are in their child's life. I think one thing that people don't always understand, especially when you have your baby young, is how important, of course, both parents being in the, a child's life is important, but
Yeah.
how important it is, like a father's presence,
Hmm.
how important that is. It's so important. It's so important.
Yeah,
It's
and you
so
still can raise the child while, separate houses before, It's
No,
called
I'm not
co-parenting.
saying it has to be both parents in the home, but I'm saying
Yeah.
like, even if, and I know this is a touchy subject, but even if the parents are two women or the parents are two men, that figure, there's always going to be some type of male figure in a child's life, whether it's grandfather, whether it's godfather, whether it's uncle. I
Right.
think whoever the leading male figure is in a child's life is so important, and their involvement is so important. And when it's dad, no matter what happens, dad is always going to have a soft spot all the time.
Agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
that's what
When
it
it comes
says.
Yeah.
to girls, it
Yeah,
comes to girls.
if it come to girls, yeah, but I gotta put my foot in my son's ass already. And he only 2 years old. So so, and so he's on like it's a thing called terrible twos, and he is in
Mm-hmm.
that. And boy, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he's my Debo. I love him to death, but sometimes his mama spoiled him, which that's okay because mama's babies, cool.
Mm-hmm.
They like Denzel say, a son is their mother's first true love, and a mom is the son's first true love. So it's like I get it, but
Mm-hmm.
boy, my little man got me though. But at
Yeah.
the end of the day, I didn't have it growing up, so it was like
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there anyways, because
Uh,
my granddaddy raised me, so
yeah.
I
And
got
your
it.
granddad has, I'm sure your granddad has sorry to cut you off, but I'm sure your granddad has a very prevalent and important and high, keep him at a high regard because he's that leading man in your life.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember times when he can chase me and whoop my ass, but now he old. Ooh, I'm whooping his ass. Not just like I ain't whooping his ass, but it's like
I
payback
was
some
like,
mud.
how did we
No,
get
man.
here?
No. He good, he good. Yeah, that's my father for real. I call my granddad my daddy for real.
Yeah.
That my dog for real.
Yeah.
Anything he wants, he got. But no,
I
I'm
love.
like one of the kids that always listen to their grandparents and listen to their mother. Like right now, like every Sunday, I go check on my grandparents. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
because you never know.
Yeah. No,
So
I
it's
get
like
that.
I make sure I go see them.
Mm-hmm. I call my grandparents. I call my grandparents all the time. I have three out of the four left. So my mom's parents are still here. My dad's mom is still here. So when I call one grandparent, I make sure to call all three of them that same day.
Right.
I can just make my rounds, check in on everybody, and yeah.
Yeah, because you never know when it's that time. Because I just lost my last great grandparent. My granddad was 100 years old 2 months ago. He passed away 2 months ago, and he made it to 100. So it's like
Rest in
I
peace.
was like the only one in my friend group that basically met all his great, well, except for two, because they passed away in the 80s. So I met all my great parents except for two. So
I
now
met,
I have none.
yeah, I met three out of my four great grandparents.
See, that's a blessing. Nobody can say that. I know Larry ain't. Them boys grow up old.
He got you
uh,
Ain't that right, little Larry?
crazy. Little is crazy.
yeah.
No, that is his rap name. If you don't know, this is Lil Larry. Lil
Yeah.
Larry got a song called "I Ride for Mine" on YouTube. Now, please go watch that. That is one of the greatest hits. What was it back
From
in the day?
Oliver. Oliver. I hop.
You
What
said
you
what?
call
It's
Larry? What was it
about
called?
I ride for mine.
Called Larry. It was popping back then.
Oh, it
World
was a
Star.
place. Oh yeah.
Oh, World Star.
Yeah, yeah. My dog was
World
Yeah.
on there.
Star. That took me back. You could see everything.
Yeah.
See, that was entertainment. Now
No,
that was
100%.
entertainment.
100%. When you woke up in the club, they look at you with a mug. I rock for mine. Tell that tree. I rock for mine. Tell that tree. I rock for mine. Tell that tree. Come on, yeah, Larry.
Yeah, but that was
Look,
man. Yeah, that was a vibe, man. Back then, had the
That
boy
was a
bring the
legend.
best and all.
Right, right, right. Well, Serrin, finish this sentence.
yes.
Serrin Joy is
A bad boss queen from Akron.
hey, BBQ
BB
is crazy.
Queen.
BBQ is crazy. She a barbecue.
BBQ. What you got from that is a barbecue. Sarah Joy is a barbecue.
Yeah, Serrin Joy is a barbecue. She delicious. Yo, so yeah, I know
Well,
Lord Espanol. You feel me? Come on now. Give it to me. Give it to me.
So Stan,
honestly, Aaron Joy is a force. And yeah, I just say Sarah Joy is a force. Sarah Joy is a force. The Sarah Joy is raw. Next question.
What do you want your legacy to sound like 10 years from now?
My legacy, huh? Whew, that's a question that I am so happy that you answered. I mean, not answered, asked. My end goal is that the house that I grew up in Akron is a museum, has a plaque outside of it, and the street is renamed after myself or my family. I want to start an artist development facility, something that I wish I had back home growing up, that I know they don't have, that they should, and I want to start it. I also want to have my own label called Seventh Tone. Eight notes
Hmm.
in a scale. The seventh is the weirdest, makes everything the best.
Hmm.
Thus presenting Seventh Tone. Um, I want to create lineage. I want to have a lineage, a family legacy of wealth. I grew up watching my parents have 4 and 5 jobs, but we would go to the mall and a $30 dress is too expensive. I started playing keys at a church when I was 12 years old. I was making $25 a Sunday. I figured out how to budget my own money, was doing hair at school, doing eyebrows in the bathroom, hustling always in high school. I want my legacy to look like don't count out the underdogs. I auditioned for all the special choirs growing up, never got in anything, but I'm the only person from any of my graduating classes that's been invited back to perform and to talk to the kids about chasing your dreams. My legacy is do not count out the under. Yeah, thank you. Do not count out the underdog. Do not count out the people that you see continue working and that you see want it. And I stand for everybody who is working hard, wants it, might get overlooked for whatever reason, but they still show up every day as that light because they know when people finally pay attention, it's going to be too late. And so that's what I stand for. And yeah, I really appreciate y'all having me on this podcast. Y'all caught on early. So
yeah,
I appreciate
Yeah, we we going viral for
you.
this one.
But you know,
Yeah, we thought we were late at one point.
nah, y'all just in time. Y'all just in
Nah,
time.
but yeah, legacy talk always hit deep. You on the right
Yeah.
path. Keep doing what you're doing, big dog. Big.
Thank y'all. And likewise, he told me this is your 1 year of the podcast. Congratulations.
yeah,
He said y'all
yeah,
taking a trip out to Philly. That's exciting.
yeah.
Congratulations. So
Thank you,
um,
Philly,
thank you, thank you.
Nashville, and we might come to California now.
come out. Let's do some live work. Honestly, I've been doing I did one video with my friends walking around Hollywood asking people questions because you'll be surprised. People be around Hollywood just waiting to see a flashlight, waiting to be on camera.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
y'all with your personalities, you come out to Hollywood and ask people questions on the street, do a podcast on the street, you're going viral. Easy.
Uh,
Oh, I
Easy.
got some questions. I got some questions though.
LA on the
And
list.
these people out here are crazy. They'll answer everything.
if somebody wants to reach out to you and listen to your music and just vibe out, where can they follow you at on any platform?
So on all social media platforms, you can find me at Let Me Serenade You. I spell serenade like my name, Serrin, Serrin. That's LetMeSerrinadeyou. Let Me Serenade You on all platforms. On all music platforms, you can find me as Serrin Joy. Um, I mainly for a minute I was in the songwriter. Like I was dropping like 1 to 3 songs a year. This year I'm playing that stuff. I'm dropping every month. I don't care. I got songs tucked. I'm tired of being in the back. I'm tired of being overlooked.
Hello.
And
How
it
many
is
you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus
got this.
5?
Hey, yeah, in my bank account.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
So like I got all these songs tucked, and they mean a lot to me. They're all a different point in my life. So if you are looking to feel a voice that is to hear a voice that's gonna make you feel something, you want to hear lyrics that make you feel seen. You want to have something you can sip and vibe to, smoke and vibe to.
Mm,
You want to you feeling an emotional time. You want to feel some pain. You want to feel sexy. You want to feel confident. You want to feel heard. I'm your
mhm.
girl. I'm who to listen to. Serrin Joy. Check me out.
Come on now.
You know, you know.
Come on, twin. Come on. I like that. Man, that was love. Big shout out to Sarah and Joy for coming through and blessing the pod with a real gem and energy. If
Thank
you
you.
ain't tapped in yet, do yourself a favor. Stream her music, follow the journey, and keep supporting artists who move with heart. Until next time, y'all boys keep chilling and keep vibing.
Yep.
It's Sarah and Joy.
Yes.
What we doing, big dog?
We chilling and vibing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much for having me. Y'all take care. God bless.